Hello all and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. We are now coming into the last few days here, as in literally the final 2 days, the weekend, the final bits of spring. We've now got our final star drop from achieving the fishing difficulty challenge. You know, I did some real good wordsmithing good there, yes. No, what I mean is we completed the fishing challenge by using the magic bait, and we now have all the star drops. So we have the maximum energy that is physically capable at this point, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, the other main advantage now comes, well, I've got 2 days to try to figure out what on earth I'm going to do. Now, some of the crops are going to be ready to harvest today, but I think I might leave them in the ground because I cannot remember. And this is the worst part. This is the 3rd year, and I cannot remember whether the land stays tilled particularly well when the seasons change. I am painfully aware it's going to be a lot of detritus and a lot of like general nonsense, but I am an idiot. Now, thankfully, though, I do have a reasonable amount of the speed grow. Not speed grow, sorry. The quality, like the super turbo quality fertilizer that requires radioactive ore and... or is it iridium? I think it's iridium bars, isn't it? Yeah, it's iridium bars and sap. Now, of course, I'm going to need to make a lot more of that if my assumption is that it doesn't stay. And I will freely admit that is kind of what I assume is the case, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's one of those, I'd like to be wrong, but we will have to see. But for now, we've got a lot of wine to harvest. Good grief, that's so much wine. That's fantastic. I love getting all this wine. Look at this. It's glorious. Glorious. Totally not an alcoholic, honest. One of the things that I think I would like to do moving forward is potentially during the summer is make a bunch more hives, because I think if I can get hives and harvest from them regularly, that'd be really nice, because honey is a really cool product. I like honey. I'm very fond of mead because a friend of mine makes absolutely phenomenal mead. I know I've mentioned it before. I will heartily recommend you, if you come to the Hobbit in Southampton, you're ever in that pub, because that is where they sell it, buy some of the Hobbit mead. It is absolutely phenomenal. Because, you know, shamelessly marketing my friend's stuff. But then again, I like it, so I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's quite a strong drink. But anyway, so now we've finished plonking down enough of these preserve jars here. I've on this right hand flank, so you can see the difference of the layout and actually how much I need to make a few more and reorganize the layout in here. I don't think that's going to be too difficult, but that is going to be a thing that I need to do. Again, not the end of the world, just a thing that I do need to do. Okay, so let's fling the truffle in there. What else? Okay, let's have a check and see how the crops are growing in here. So they're getting along, so we're going to put a few more pots in and just need a couple more. So I need one more cursed pot. That's annoying. That's always the way, though, isn't it? You're like, aha, it's all right. Oh, no, it's not. Well, I'm going to water it. I'm going to get it ready, and then I'm going to slap some more starfruit seeds in there. I know it's not going to grow all at the same speed, but I will live. It could definitely be worse. And that's just, you know, that's my logic to this at least. So, one of the next things that I do really need to look at doing is reorganizing this area of the farm, like the barn. Like, I do kind of want to move it, and I maybe should move it a little bit over and reduce the space that the animals have so that it makes it more viable for a Junimo hut to go in. Because the Junimo huts are going to be one of those phenomenally useful things that I really need to actually have going down along here. Because, yeah, I need the Junimo huts. And if I have 3 of them, that gives me 3 areas that I can kind of leave to do their own thing a little bit. And that'll be good, more than anything. It'll be just helpful more than anything. But yeah, that's my logic, at least so far. I want to make sure that I have that production, really. I think that's probably the best way of putting it. And once that's gone, then we're pretty much sorted. But yeah, the use of the Junimo are going to be phenomenally useful because it'll allow me to just kind of concentrate on other things. Now, one of the things I do need to concentrate on is remembering to go to Ginger Island on a regular basis, like every day, unfortunately, to go and make sure that the words are escaping me. That the artifact spots are there and can be exploited. Because, yes, lo and behold, I really need to exploit those damn artifact spots. And that is kind of annoying that I have to do that. But it makes sense, really. It's something that I need to do, because, yes. But yeah, I'm going to have to sort that out at some point soon. Now, next question comes, what next? So I've got a few of these cinema tickets because that's something I still haven't actually done yet, which I think is a little bit foolish on my part because I do kind of want to go and visit the cinema with somebody, and that would just be useful to like boost the relationship. And again, it's something that didn't exist when I played this last time through, really. So it's not something I'm really thinking about, which probably sounds a bit silly. Because, yeah, I really should be thinking about it, but I'm just not, which I know is a bit daft. But again, that's my own silliness on that one. So, yeah, I'm going to have a look and see what I can do on regards to this. So, because I'm going to cut down all these trees here. Now, I know that the trees don't interact with the artifact spots, I think, because the trees grow there and that's it. But I am going to remove the sprinkler systems from their location. Because, annoyingly, like, I don't want to, but I think they are blocking part of the opportunity of spawning. And I can reorganize the farm a bit better with this going forward. It's going to hurt me deep down because I don't want to have to do this, but it's kind of what I'm gonna have to, and that annoys me. Really, honestly, it's just like, ugh, I'd rather not have to worry about that. But you do what you have to. You make those sacrifices and cry. Because that is indeed how this all works. I'm sure everybody knows. You cry repeatedly and hope for the best. But all the same, I'm just going to move stuff around as best I can. I mean, the chests, I might even want to move them to the grass rather than where they are. Which, yeah, it's going to take a little moment to sort out, but it's not that much of a faff, I don't think. Undeniably frustrating, but it's you know, it's what we have to do potentially. Oh well. Okay, so let's cut down this tree as well. Again, I'm looking for the sap and the wood because they're going to be useful. The sap is just going to be one of those unfortunately annoying things that I need, and potentially one of the things that I should theoretically do is actively plant a couple of hardwood trees, the mahogany trees, and put tappers on them. Now, I don't want to do the heavy tapper because the heavy tapper increases the rate at which it produces. But if memory serves, the tapper on a hardwood tree produces every day regardless. So I don't need a heavy tapper on it. I can essentially just have a regular one. Now, there we go. So you can see where I'm at the moment. So I've not made many of the not all the crafting recipes. Cooking recipes, 88%. That's pretty good. So I'm going to purchase Pierre's missing stock list because that'll allow me to just manipulate growth of staff. I'm going to purchase. Oh, what other things should I buy? Well, I could exchange for some more key gems. That's probably a very sensible idea. What next? I think I might buy the Galaxy Souls. I know I've got one. I've definitely got one. But what can I do with it? That's going to be the question, isn't it? What can I do with this Galaxy Soul, and how am I going to make this worth me using? Because, of course, having the Galaxy Souls allows me to manipulate my weapon to the best quality. So I think that's something I should do as well, is go back home, grab the Galaxy Souls, and essentially prepare. Because I would like to make the weapon even better. Now, I am thoroughly enjoying having the horse flute, because, my goodness, being able to summon the horse to Ginger Island is really cool. Like, did not expect how useful this would be. That is phenomenally handy. I love it. So I'm very excited by this, as you can probably tell. Right, so let's fly over to here. We're going to go and blitz our way through all this. Again, the stone's not too much of a worry. The clay's kind of the important part here, because yes, I've got a reasonable stock of it, but I am going to be slowly chewing my way through it as I make more of the plant pots. And I know I need one more, but I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to need a bunch of clay for something esoteric and random at some point. And knowing my luck, that is exactly how it's going to work. Like, I need it for something bizarre that I wasn't expecting. Not the end of the world, but that's just how life seems to go. Okay, so let's cut down these. Lovely stuff. That's fine. We'll get that sorted. Now what? Okay, so we're going to just fling that in the bin. Don't need that. Don't need the white algae. Returning to the farm is going to be a pain, but it's, you know, something we need to do quickly enough. Not the end of the world. Okay. Now, he has again mentioned the special trade is tomorrow for the radioactive bars. So I should probably smelt up a couple more of them, just to err on the side of caution, because I don't know what he's going to sell and how much it's going to cost, because I genuinely no idea. Like, it could be really handy stuff. I've never looked into it. It's probably the best way of putting it. I know I should have done. I know I'm being a silly old sausage for not really paying attention to it. But it is something I really should do. So I'm going to smelt some more of those radioactive bars come the opportunity. And see what we can get. Okay, let's see. What else have we got here? So we've got 3 of the galaxy weapons. That is going to mean I'm going to need 9 of the galaxy souls. Oof, that's going to be expensive, but it is something that I do need. To make sure I can have, like, the bestest, most powerfulest stings in existence. You know, I want all 3 of the weapons to be perfect, because I've never really dabbled with all of them, and it wouldn't hurt for me to, like, you know, play around and actually have all of them. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Really. Does anyone else think it's a bad idea? Or am I just being absurd? I mean, to be fair, I am quite often a bit insane, but who didn't know that already? Yeah. It's one of those painfully, I know I'm an idiot and I do a lot of dumb stuff, so that's how it goes. Right, let's see. So we're going to head on back down here and see what we can get done. Because that's probably a good shout. Now, I decided to play a little bit of the Journey of the Prairie King, and I died right on the final boss. So I'm gonna essentially spare you the half an hour of me playing that game. I will play through it in its entirety at some point on a stream. It's just not today. Because I feel that there are better things that one can do with one's time right now. I think it's going to be an interesting one because I will do a day where I play Junimo Kart and struggle because I am really bad at Junimo Kart. I will never deny that I'm terrible at it. Like, it genuinely hurts me how bad I am at it. It will make you all cry. And I think that is sadly understandable. Okay. Anyway, so we will quickly go and grab some of these because, again, they're going to be useful for other purposes. And the other purpose that I'm thinking of is retaining soil. Now, the retaining soil is going to have one of those I will use it occasionally sort of things. Like, I don't need it constantly, but it's going to be one of those handy sorts of things to have. And that's not a terrible thing to think about, but it is going to be something that I do need to consider moving forward with all of this madness that is my farm here in Stardew. Now, of course, one of the other things here is, again, I'm back in the sewers because I'm just murdering bugs. Doesn't look like they've respawned as heavily as I would have liked, which is a shame. That's a terrible shame, really. But oh well, I'll live. Okay. Can I get anything else here that would be... Well, not really. I don't think there's much else that's kind of helpful, is there? Sadly. Oh, fiddlesticks and bunkum. That's very frustrating. Oh well. Excuse me. Well, let's head back home. Now, I mean, it's 10:20. We've still got like a little bit of time left in the day, but yeah, I'll live. It's all good, as they do say. Because, you know, as the very important people who say, it's all good regularly. My brain's just absolutely frazzled, I swear. Now, I'm going to fling all these in here. I'm going to sell those. That was stupid. Actually, thinking about it, I sold a bunch of stuff I didn't want to sell. I'm an idiot. You know, I genuinely do think that I shouldn't be allowed out in public sometimes. I do just make so many hilariously dumb mistakes. And it's shocking how dumb I am. But oh well. Right, coffee beans. I'm debating whether I sort out a slightly better way of producing coffee as well, like in a higher rate or something. Is there a better way of doing that? Can I do it like in a sneaky way? Can I do something clever? I don't know. Hopefully, yes. Let's see. Let's think. Well, I'm going to head to bed for now. And I do enjoy the way that my home setup looks at the moment. Because it's not... I don't think it's that bad. It's, you know, it's getting there. Now, grab some green tea. Now, so today is the last day of spring, which, you know, it's a sad day but a wonderful day all at the same time, because it is the last day of spring and we have things to do. People to see, radioactive bars to grab, all of the parsnips. Look at that. So many parsnips. That's glorious. I love parsnips. That being said, I do genuinely quite enjoy parsnips. They are quite a nice, tasty treat. for want of a better phrase. Like they're one of those things that I like. I like to have them towards. I'm trying to think of the best way of putting it. I'm keen on having parsnips, especially roasted with honey and like mustard, and it's a roast dinner thing. I think that's really what it boils down to. It's a roast dinner thing. It's not something that I would highly like. I've not really eaten them outside of a roast. I've never tried eating them as part of anything else. It's something very peculiar, I know. Because I know that you can have parsnip snoops. What the heck is a snoop? Soup. But yeah, it's not something I've actually really tried, is a parsnip soup. And actually, I think that should be something I should try at some point. That would be quite a sensible thing to try, I think. Don't know how good it will be. I mean, it could be fantastic. It could also be terrible. But yeah, that's my knowledge so far. I don't know. But yeah, I've got loads and loads of parsnips here that need harvesting, which is lovely. And that's going to make me not much money, but it's going to make me something. And that's really what it boils down to, is it makes me some money. Yay. And that's really all I can say, is like, I want to be able to have as much money as physically possible, as I've said previously. Now, I've broken the million mark again, because that's going to be a particularly useful point where I would hopefully be able to soon purchase, what's it called? Oh, words and smiths and wordsmithery. The upgrade to what's her face? Is it Pam's house? And that's a major thing that I want to achieve in the next few days, I think is probably the best way of putting it. I'd really like to get that done. I think that would be really nice. And if I can get her her home upgraded, that'd be really nice and kind of lovely generally. Now, of course, I'm going to need to grab a few more of these parsnips. There's so many of them. Okay, let's keep moving. Right. But yeah, I want to make sure that she has the upgraded home. I feel that's like quite a sensible thing to want to achieve for her. I think that's just, you know, a pleasant thing to want to do. Because, yeah, okay, I know I don't like Pam very much as a character, but it doesn't mean I have to be, like, evil to her. It's not Jojo Mart. They are the ones who are deserving of evil. Because Jojo. They suck. And I dislike them very, very much. Because how dare they exist? It's probably the best way of putting it. It's like, how dare you exist? Although Pierre is a swine who pretends that he's the one who's grown these crops in whatever garden he's got hiding out the back of his house, and is just fibberating to the rest of the world about him being a fantastic grower of crops. It's like, no, mate, you swine, are buying my crops and then pretending that you're the one growing them. Go away, you swine. I should slap you with a big pointy stick, and you deserve it, because you're being a big old butt face. You know, that is indeed the technical terminology we're looking for here, that he is indeed a big old butt face. But yeah, that's that. Hey ho. Right, let's see. Let's go and grab some eggs. We've got all this mayonnaise to do, which is good. Now, of course, one of the big things with the mayonnaise, I still need the damn ostrich egg. And without the ostrich egg, I can't complete the shipping thing. Now, I don't want to ship out the ostrich egg that I do have, because I don't really know how common they are. As silly as that might sound, like, they could be common as muck, but they could also be not. And I don't really want to run that risk of them being not that like common. Like, I've not found another one, like genuinely not found another. And yeah, I don't want to screw myself over. It's probably the best way of putting it, because I totally could, by just not improving my my layout here and not having the ostrich eggs, and the ability to actually use them and such and so forth and blah 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 blah. But yes, that's my concern, shall we say. But I will live on that one. But I'm not going to ship out the ostrich egg. Not yet. Not for a while. It's staying in my inventory where it belongs for now, which I think is perfectly reasonable. So that's, you know, part of my logic here. So frustrating though. I just don't really know what the best plan of action is on this. Well, we'll figure it out. We will indeed figure it out and work out the best thing that we can physically do. Oh well. Right. What next? Well, I know it's 10:50, we're nearly 11 AM. We've harvested most of the crops, so let's head on over to the desert momentarily. As potentially daft as that might sound, I just want to quickly go and grab some of these coconuts, cut down a couple of these trees, and just make myself ready. Again, as dumb as that might very well sound, because I've got a cunning plan, you see. I want to double check some of the resources that are available to me here, which I think is quite an important thing to do. Let us see on this one. Well, nothing so much here that's available, which is a shame. I guess I'll live. That's somewhat annoying, but I'm going to buy a bucket of starfruit seeds for now. So I've got myself the Statue of Endless Fortune. That was one of the reasons I came here. Wow, 198 guinea pigs. That's all I've got left. Oh, no, and a golden mask. You know, I spent ages trying to get one of those. 2 years. 2 years. And then I finally got one. This game. It does make me so angry sometimes. I'm like, how dare you? Right, let's catch that scorpion carp. I think that's what What's-her-face wanted, wasn't it? Scorpion carp. I mean, I don't really know how effective that or useful that's going to be, but, you know, it's what we're getting. We're going to go and try and grab a scorpion carp, because that'd be a good idea. Let's see. Oh, this one's being agitated, isn't it? Goodness. You're being a little bit shirty. No, you stay on the line. Stay on the line, you absolute whifflebat. Ugh. I did see a little Insta reel a while back, which was that I love the English accent because anything can be an insult. And, you know, I'm going to stand by that statement because it is very true. By using the English accent, one can create anything to be an insult. For example, a whifflebat. Because at no point would you ever consider that is a particularly effective insult. And yet I still used it as one. I'm painfully aware I'm an idiot, but oh well. That's how this works. Okay. Now, what else do I want to sell? I don't need those. That's annoying. Well, Right, so I've got a bunch more starfruit seeds because I think one of the things I would like to do is actually plant just a swath of starfruit seeds, just all over the damn show, just starfruit seeds everywhere. Being that the summer is the month in which you can grow them, and if I can grow just a big old bucket of starfruit, that'd be great. And I think that's perfectly reasonable and sensible. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me, at least. As a general, like, logical plan. Whether it's a good plan, very different question. But it's the logical plan at this moment in time. So, yeah, that's how this is going. Okay. So it does probably mean that I'm going to need to spend a fair old crack more money to just get as much of it as physically possible. Okay, so we've grabbed ourselves all of the radioactive bars that we've got, which is fine. Perfectly legit, perfectly normal, perfectly reasonable. The next thing, of course, is going to be finding out what this sales puffin creature. I mean, it doesn't really look like a puffin, does it? Whatever it's... Ooh, Galaxy Souls for 10. Okay, I'm going to buy those. I was kind of expecting more. Like, a few more items off of Galaxy Souls. Like, I don't know what, though. But, oh well. It's still nice we've got them, and that's what we're doing. And that's how this is going. We're doing stuff. And we've got it. Okay, so I've got all these... do I cut down the trees? Oh, that's going to be a decision, isn't it? I don't know whether I want to cut them down. Like, they are in the way. Theoretically. They do theoretically kind of stop me from getting where I want to be. It's a... Is it a viable, good idea? I think that's the question. Would it be a good idea to do? Oh, that hurts my brain. I don't like it. Yes, I am having one of those moments. Because yes, I think that's perfectly reasonable to have one of those moments right now, because I don't know whether it's a good idea to do it. I don't really think it is a particularly good idea. But that's kind of what we got going. Oh well. C'est la vie. Okay, so we're heading back to Ginger Island for a moment. Just want to double check a couple of things whilst I'm here. Other than going into the volcano, and I would like to improve my weapon, please. I think that's a very reasonable thing to want to do. So I need 3 of the Galaxy Souls, and I need a bucket of... I nearly said a bucket of bolts. No, I need a bucket of other things which will allow me to make it viably useful. And they are the cinder shards. Because, of course, you need cinder shards. That's literally how this works. No ifs, ands, or buts. You need the cinder shards. Tough. Okay, so we need 20 of them to improve it once. So we improve it once, improve it twice, and improve it thrice. There we go. We have the Galaxy Sword. Oh yeah. It is big and swing. However, it is Galaxy Sword, but not fully improved. Because, obviously, I haven't yet improved it by getting all of the cinder shards. I didn't have enough. So we're going back into the volcano, and we're going to go on a murdering spree. We are on a bear hunt. Sorry. We are going on a murdering spree hunt, and we are going to find more of the cinder shards. Essentially, grab as many of them as possible. Make sure we have 20. And finally upgrade that weapon, because that is entirely what I want to do. I want to have this weapon perfect, please. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Thank you very much. Because once that's done, yeah, golden. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we've got more rock. We don't care about the rocks. We are looking specifically for cinder shards and also just smashing open those containers, because actually the containers themselves, they might not really be the biggest thing in the world, but they do have their uses. Okay, up we go again. Because that's how this is going then. Okay. Fine and dandy. Oh, goodness gracious. Just go away, all you horrible creatures. Please, just die. There are just too many of you. Shoo. Shoo. I want cinder shards, and I'm debating whether it's a good idea to go down to fight my way up to the 5th floor, because that's where I've got the shortcut out of the volcano, and that might save me some time. With regards to where is a good idea to escape my butt to. And actually, that might not be the worst plan of action, I think. Because if I can do that, then I can, well, get my way there. And escape back down. Okay, die, horrible creature. Silly robots just need to die. Okay, so we've got some tea leaves, that's fine. Right, I'm going to eat this, because it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm in the silly skull caves, where I'm not allowed to eat or look at food. Because, you know, that was a thing. Oh, mushroom floor. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Go away, mushroom creature. Ooh, yes, please give me the cinder shards. That is indeed what I'm after. No. Okay, so we're going to leap back down the escape route, essentially, and go out of this place. Which, again, perfectly reasonable, methinks. Alright. Hokey cokey. So, there we go. So, we've got more cinder shards. How many are we at now? Is that enough? Is that enough? And is it better for me to just work my way all the way up? No, probably not. Let's see, how many have I got? Probably should check. I think that's 20, though. Right, so let's escape. And run away. For a moment. Because, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. We are running away. We are brave Sir Robin. For he bravely ran away, away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. I'm painfully aware I'm very ridiculous. That is literally how I do things. Right. Okay, so we are going to... Oh, fine. We've made our fantastic super turbo blade of death. And I think... Let's get out of here. Because that feels like a reasonable plan. In the grand scheme of things. Let's get our butts home. We've got our horsey. And we're going to go quickly investigate the quarry area. Now, I know it's not the most exciting of places, really, in the grand scheme of things. But it is an area that I want to double check. Also, I need to go in and pop in here. Now... So it's a knight's helmet and the napalm ring. So what can I just quickly chuck in the bin? Oh, I want most of that. Okay, bone fragments, I'll live without those. Right, so we've got the knight helmet and we've got that. Okay, so I've killed. It's just the dust sprites that I need to kill. And then that's everything done. Just 3 of them. Only 3 of them. Could I wrangle that this evening? I wonder. I mean, it's certainly possible. I don't know if it's particularly sensible. I mean, I know exactly what floors they're on. Well, I say exactly, roughly, because I know where they are. They're in the foresty bit. Yeah, they're the weird mushroom creatures. Maybe that'll be the first thing I do in the next day. I say next day, next like the beginning of the summer, like when I've finished clearing out the farm with everything, Because there's a lot of stuff here still that needs, you know, organising and clearing out. That is indeed going to be the question for the ages. What's the plan? What is indeed the plan, Mr. Wolf? We have things to be doing, but what are said things? Well, let's give it a go. Head to the mines very quickly, and then we can give it a try at least, see what we've got. Okay, so that's that one dead. Go away, ghosty. Shoot. Be gone. I do not wish to be dealing with you. Okay, so we've killed all of the dust sprites. Awesome. So let's get out of here once we've grabbed that radioactive ore, which apparently I can't do because I've decided to not aim in the right direction. Apologies for me being an idiot, as is a usual constant issue here with High Ridge Farm, is that I am indeed a moron. Right, so we've got the burglar's ring, so that is fantastic. That allows me to roll twice on the monster loot table, so I get, in theory, double the shinies. So I'm going to turn that, I'm going to meld that with an iridium band, so I'm going to have to make another iridium band. That's not the end of the world. But now we've killed all the creatures, so that's we've done that task, so that's, you know, a part of completion done. Wonderful. Don't I feel accomplished? Well, only vaguely. I'm going to cut down a few of these trees, just because, again, I need the sap. That's a major thing that I'm after at the moment. Perfectly normal, methinks. But I need sap. I need a lot of it. And it needs to be extracted and used for the purposes of things and stuff. You know, that's exactly how my brain works. Things and stuff. Those are the two most important words. Okay, so we've got the burglar ring. So we are going to meld that with an iridium band at some point. But we've done pretty well, I think. We've got a lot of stuff done. So we're going to head into the new season reasonably shortly. As in tomorrow. So I will bid you all a fond farewell. Thank you very much for all tuning in. It's always lovely when I have people tuning in. And please do leave comments, like, share, and subscribe, because it all does help me. And again, all the comments I do always try to respond to, especially if they have a statement or a question that's actually constructive or vaguely useful. So again, thank you very much, and I will catch you again the next time the Walrus plays Stardew Valley.